Hi everyone, this is Robin with America's Antique Mall, and I am here with David Hill, who is our dealer known as DAH, and I'm here in his booth. Hi Dave, how are you today?
Doing just fine.
We are live streaming, folks, and the first thing that I want to show you guys, look at this cast iron stove. Dave, how did you come across this?
I found that in an old building up in upstate New York about 5 years ago. The man had actually had 4 or 5 various kinds of old stoves in there, and he was looking to get rid of them, so I threw them in the back of my truck and hauled them back here.
Hi Kristen, thanks for joining us today. Dave, and I'm noticing down here I see a large cast iron pot. Let's talk about that a little bit. How would you use this, Dave? What would you do with this?
Well, I definitely wouldn't use it to cook in anymore, like I'm assuming that's what it was originally for. What I do with them is use it like yard art.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I take the pot and sit it up on some stones so it's not sitting in the dirt,
Right.
and then put some stuff around it, and then put flowers in the pot when it's laying sort of on its side,
Right.
and then let it look like the flowers are flowing out of the pot, that the pot tipped over and the flowers are just flowing out in a sort of a natural way. Make it just swirled or whatever.
Yeah, that is such a
Like
good
it's-
idea.
Like the pot tipped over with the soup and it's running out.
That's amazing. Hi Christine, thanks for joining us today. Dave, we have over here, we have some antlers. I'm seeing some antlers over here. Look at all these items, folks. You guys are only limited by your imagination of some of the things that you can do with these. I really love it. Dave, is that a sled up there? What is that? Is that a sled?
Yeah, that's an old hand sleigh, child's hand sleigh.
Wow, how would you display that if you were to use that as decor?
I've seen people take and turn it so it's standing upright, and they put shelves in the back on between the runners
Wow.
and use it like a shelf unit.
Oh, I love that idea.
Or other people just hang it on the wall, sort of on a slant, as an accent piece.
That is really, really cool. Look at all the tools over here. You know, you guys, sometimes Dave will come up to the register as he's bringing items in, and he'll ask me if I know what items are. And I got to be really honest, I never have a clue what they are, but I so enjoy hearing him talk about these treasures that he has found along the way and giving a little bit of history. Over here, look at some of these reels. My goodness, Dave. For those of you guys that have a fisherman in your life, if you're looking for a great gift, what better than a vintage rod and reel? This is so cool. And Dave, let's come over here to your gems and your stones. The rocks, guys, the rocks, the wall of rocks. Check this out. Dave, what are some of these pieces?
Oh, there's a huge variety of stuff from all over the world in here, actually. This was my first collection, I guess you could say. I started
Really?
collecting them when I was like 3 years old. Had my pockets full of just regular little stones, kid stones, and it just grew into this.
You have a question. Someone wants to know if you have any old ladles or cast iron hooks.
Cast iron hooks.
Like, are you looking for swing arm hooks? He's gone over to check. Look at some of these items, you guys. Those canisters up at the top, those green floral canisters. You have to love that. Hi, Diana. Thanks so much for joining us today. Once again, I am with dealer DAH at America's Antique Mall on Lincoln Lane. They're looking for small hooks, Dave.
the only ladle I have is this.
Oh, here's a ladle. Look at this one.
It's
How
an
do you
old,
like that?
basically a smelting ladle
Wow.
for molten metal.
Very cool. So they use that to dip out metal?
Yeah, most people. I'm assuming that in later years someone used this that was a fisherman that was making his own sinkers.
Wow, that's really interesting. Someone's asking how much you've got that priced at.
I don't have my glasses. Oh, they're in my hand. $15.
$15 for that ladle. $15. That's a deal right there. Let's take a walk on to the other side of your booth, Dave. This is, for those of you that have been in our store, this is actually the booth that's in the center between Liberty Lane and Lincoln Lane. Look at this, you guys. This is a treasure trove right here. I could totally see these in all sorts of fun displays. In your she shed, your he shed, your dude den, however you wanted to display those. These also make really good wall decor for a bar area. What is this down here, Dave? What is this tank?
That is an old acid fire extinguisher.
A fire extinguisher, no kidding. Oh yeah, I see the nozzle down here.
I don't know whether this one has the acid bottle in it or not.
This is so cool. How old do you think this is?
Oh, they're not real old. It's the bottle. See, they used to.
Look at that. Oh wow, there's a little
They
piece of
used to
history.
have acid in this, and like a baking soda type water in that, and
Wow.
and you tip it upside down. The acid comes out and mixes with the base.
Look at that, you guys. Science. Science at work.
It builds up pressure.
Wow.
You can.
If you guys know, if you know a firefighter, this would be such an amazing gift to pull out for the firefighters in our lives. What a way to really acknowledge their service. What a beautiful gift. And then over here, this would be my son's favorite. Look at these reels, guys, over here, the rods. We've got some rods over here. And Dave, I think you have some cameras around the corner in this front case. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a few odds and ends.
Let's see what we've got in here. Look at these, you guys. If you didn't know, we have cameras in a couple of different places in the store, and Dave's case is one of the more popular ones. You're absolutely, if you ever see anything in these cases that you'd like to see, all you have to do is come up to the front desk and ask us. Over here we have some coffee tins. One of my favorite things that Dave brought in, we have this clock and this floral mirror. Dave painted these himself, you guys. Look at these, how lovely. Isn't that beautiful?
Hand painted.
Dave, you got to get a Santa hat on your deer. Your buck just needs a Santa
If
hat.
you find one, I'll put it on
That's
there.
it. We got to find a Santa hat, you guys. We'll bring a Santa hat in and we'll stick it up there on his buck and we'll see if he notices. What do you think? And then coming around the corner, we have some little statue figurines here. I love that owl at the top. Look at that, swooping in. How beautiful. Oh, and the birds, Dave. I love that cockatoo. For all of you farmhouse fans out there, look at that rooster. Oh, that's a really interesting globe down there. Look at that.
Yeah, it's like, I guess what they call faux deer antlers holding the globe up.
That is really interesting. That would look so good inside of an office or a study. And then in here, we have a few vintage kitchen pieces. Dave, tell us about this marble top table. Let's talk about this for a minute.
Well, correction, it's not marble.
What is it?
It's onyx.
See, I told you guys I never know. It's onyx. I've never seen onyx in that coloring before.
Yeah, it comes, I'm not sure, it either comes from Peru or I'm more inclined to say it comes from Mexico.
Wow.
But
And
I
is that a
had-
sewing table?
Yeah, I had the old sewing table laying around, and this, the piece of stone, I've had for, gosh, 20 years or more.
Wow.
And just one day, the sort of came together.
Wow, what a great pairing. I love it. And over here we have another globe. This is beautiful. Look at this, you guys. That is lovely. I know someone in my own family that would love that. We've got some more figurines, a few birdhouses over here. The America's Birdhouse for America's Antique Mall. I love that. Dave, is this a piano?
Yeah, that's an old player piano.
An old player piano. You guys, look at this. That is beautiful. Oh, and I love the old spice containers over here. I didn't even know these were back here, Dave. Look at this, you guys. Wouldn't that be really pretty in a kitchen display for the holidays? Get a few of these, maybe set that mixer up. That would look so good with some greenery in it. And a few of these old containers. That would make a beautiful display. Let's get in this little drawer a little bit over here. Some of these utensils, these red and green utensils. Look at this. These are amazing. I love this one. This is probably, without a doubt, my favorite. I love this. This is priced at $8. This would be wonderful for Christmas decor. So Dave, out of everything that you collect and that you bring in to sell, what do you think you're the most passionate about? What do you enjoy selling the most?
Old tools.
Old tools?
Yeah, basically big saws. I'm really into old saws and
Yeah.
the big timber saws, the two-man saws, the big ice saws, the butcher saws, all kinds of stuff like
Yeah.
that. I love taking them apart and cleaning them. And
So what do you think out of all the saws that you have, what do you think is your most unique piece right now?
the most unique saw that I have,
Yeah.
an ice saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Where did you find that?
Upstate New York.
Wow.
Right where it was used
Yeah.
100 years ago. Actually, bought it from an old farmer that, and he said that he didn't know for sure whether it was used on a pond right
Yeah.
there close by, but when I was a child, I remember there being an old ice house there where they cut ice on that pond and put it in there and put sawdust on it.
Wow.
And then eventually some of it may have even made its way down here by railroad.
That is so
for
cool.
refrigeration.
How interesting. You guys, I'm telling you, every time you come in the store, you ought to look to see if Dave is here. He is a treasure trove of amazing information. You just make sure you stop by and say hello. We really appreciate you all joining us today. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. If there's anything you ever need help with, stop by the front desk and be sure to ask. We're always willing to lend a hand. Thanks so much for shopping with us, folks, and happy holidays.